Hey guys! Alright, so today we are going to see how long it takes me, so we're going to time it to make a wooble. Now, woobles are really for people that are learning to crochet. Like, they're great for learning to crochet. Let me rephrase that. So, they're great for learning to crochet. However, they're nice as little projects to get done really quickly, especially someone that's getting more proficient. And I say that because of the type of yarn they use. They use the Easy Peasy yarn. Like, this is not my favorite type of yarn. However, it is, I do admit, I do see how it is easier for someone just getting started. So, my daughter had started it. It does have a starter on it. But I am going to take out her stitches because she started to do this and then she didn't. And I don't like how loose some of this is. Personal preference. So, that being said, I'm going to get it ready for me. I know that they always do have it started with a magic circle. This is some weird knot. I don't know how she managed that. So, I'm probably going to go off camera and fix this and get ourselves all ready. But, to show you that I am ready to go, I did print off their instructions. Those will remain off camera because copyrights, all that stuff. I do have the woobly bits of eyes, so I do have all those. I have the fluff that came with it, and the little bit of accessory yarn that we need for Cinnamaroll. I don't always like the backings they use for their safety eyes, so I might grab my own. But we're going to time this. I do have a timer set on my computer. I'm going to switch. It is set to 0. So as we're going through, I will give you little peeks as I'm going, so you can see where we're at, to see how long this takes someone that is more proficient with crochet. So I will be back once I get ready to get started, and I will give you an eagle's eye view as I'm going through doing the majority of the work. So you'll see me crocheting, but not so much like the instructions and stuff. Okay, so we're back. I have the magic ring started. While this is a wooble hook, it is not the wooble hook that came with this package. She apparently hid the Cinnamaroll hook somewhere, but it is, for those that are curious, a 4 millimeter hook, crochet hook. I do like their hooks. They're nice, and they feel nice. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and I will show you that you can see when I turn on the timer. So I'll periodically do one of these numbers so you guys can kind of see where my progress is. Okay, so here we go, and there's the timer. In a perfect world, I'd have a timer set on my desk so you can just watch it as I do the things. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit that and get started. So, this yarn does, I've noticed, make it a little hard to get working with if you're making really tight stitches. Though someone new to crochet tends to make tight stitches, so I know that it's the science behind it is actually pretty stellar because it will force them to, they can only make it so tight. The unfortunate reality is, I just jerk that up somehow. For something like this, it makes it a little harder to get going and to keep those holes itty bitty. And I didn't put in the stitch marker or count. So I'm going to look at this here in a second. Okay, right there. I'm not the fastest crocheter. This yarn's definitely making me go a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So now go right there, and I will take the little bit of extra time it takes to put in a stitch counter so I can just kind of do this. I will be not talking through the majority of me doing this, so that way I can fast forward from this point on. So first part of this is done. A little body. I did not follow the instructions directly how they would be read by someone that's new to crochet, because I did the eyes and the mouth and the cheeks while I was putting the body together, still crocheting the body, because it's easier that way, in my opinion, because you do not have to fight with a tiny hole. You do not have to fight with the stuffing coming out. They do actually have you do the eyes when when you would actually do the stuffing, which is when you only have one row left, which makes it so you have a tiny hole to work with. So I waited till I was done doing increases and about to decrease the body to put in the eyes and the mouth and the cheeks. I wasn't overly pleased with how I did the mouth, but it worked for what I'm doing, because this is really just a timed wooble. So I do kind of like that they do top the bottom, so the sewing and less than perfectness is on the bottom of the wooble, especially because someone that's new to crochet, that might not look as clean. So I'm going to show you the timer right now, and then I will get back to it doing the accessories, which will be the ears, the arms, and the tail, and that time will all include making them and sewing them on. So here we are. I was at 41 minutes, basically 42 minutes, doing the body and getting those accessories put into it, instead of leaving the mouth and cheeks for the very last, how the instructions have them. So once I get the ears, tail, and arms made and sewn on, I will be done. So let's get back to it. Okay guys, so it's done. You've seen that. You've seen the end timer at 1 hour, 19 minutes, 26 seconds. Little guy. He's cute. I wasn't a fan of this because of how much it sticks out, but it's because of the yarn. And this wasn't for me to judge the woobles. I've told you guys on other videos, I do think the woobles are great. They're great for someone wanting to learn to crochet. I obviously already knew how to crochet, so it's just something cute. My daughter got it wanting to learn how to crochet. She got impatient, to be clear. So it's just been sitting around. So it's like, well, let's see how quick someone that becomes proficient, at least with the basic stitches that they use in it, how quick could they make it? And I would say there were moments where I was crocheting slower, in part because of how the yarn works with the hook, and then other times when I was crocheting pretty fast. My stitches are probably super tight compared to what some people do for these, but for this type of style of crochet you do want tight stitches. So I could say easily, if you crochet not fast, because I'm not a super fast crocheter, you're looking at about 1.5 hours for a wooble, which is, it's cute. And if you're wanting to make it to give to someone, so you can go, here, I made you something, that's about how long you'll probably take. You will have leftover stuffing, because if you use all that stuffing, you're gonna stretch your stitches, and you will have a lot of yarn. I think I have half the skein left. And as you can probably see, even though I did speed it up, I did, make extra long tails for sewing. So I was being excessive there, but that made it so it was easy for me to do the things. They do give you an extra eye, which is kind of, it's cool in case you lose one, but 2 would be better. But I understand it from a business perspective why they give you 1. So there you have it. It's 1 hour and 20 minutes basically for me to make one. There is a moment, if you actually pay close attention, even though I've sped up the process, the ears were not actually videoed, though I did have the timer continuously going, just due to house crazy. So with that, keep your eyes out. I'm gonna have some more videos dropping soon that will be tutorials like this. I'll probably be dropping some videos too that are just gaming videos, just to fill in that gap, and I will do an updated life blog here soon, so keep an eye out for all that. And if you aren't already, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and like, and I will see you guys later.